Yeah, I saw you watching the iDubbbz thing, and
Oh yeah.
fucking A. Oh man,
It's hard to believe this stuff is real.
what happened, dude? That's well. Have you seen the new subject that was like, in about like your community and how you're responsible for your community? How do you feel about that? What's your take? Here, clip this. What's your take on that? Because that's the new cool thing, is to get a clip on that.
They say that you're responsible for what other people do.
Yeah. So essentially, iDubbbz was like, like holding back puke from crying. So, and he's like, yeah. So, you know, I was at a convention and a guy said a slur, and it held up a mirror to my audience. So I don't, and I'm sorry for. So what do you? And then someone else, Moist Critical. Do you know who that is?
No.
He's Mr. Warm Take. His takes are always warm. Like something bad will happen, and he'll make a video like, "Hey guys, did you know that eating plastic is bad?" Like, that, like, you know what I mean? Like, but he made a video like talking about iDubbbz, saying like, "Yo, like, I don't know, man. Your videos, like, you don't need to be crying." And everyone got really mad at him. So what's your take on that? Like,
well,
do you like, what if someone in
anyone
this chat?
No, anyone can come into anywhere. You could go to anything. You could go to any organization meeting. You could go to any event. You could go to any protest at all. Do anything at all, violent or whatever, and say you did it for so-and-so reason. So what I mean is, if you're responsible for your community, then all that needs to happen is someone is hired to infiltrate or represent that community falsely or in bad faith, and do something, claim responsibility, and then put you in jail for it. No, it's just, you know, it's a military strategy to I mean, I don't exactly know what it neutralizes. I don't know how to put it into terms that are more organized, but it's just a, you know, rhetorical weapon or a political weapon against anyone at all.
I know what you're saying, but they're like 20 steps behind like what you're like. They're like, my community's mean.
Yeah. Well, it's one small step,
and that's your. But no, but they're saying like it's your fault. So let's say I get in a road rage and I suplex somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm a fan of Charles.
Yep.
Then I don't my opinion is, I don't think that any creator, like, there is no like, oh, it's their fault. Someone that lives 100, 200, 1,000, like,
no, it's the illusion. It's the illusion of consequence that these people put out to make people afraid of these scenarios. Even if people make things up that aren't real, and it still damages you. No, it's like an illusion. It's some conditioning. Again, I don't exactly know how to articulate it, but it's one small step in between whatever needs to happen in the culture for the next you know, wild shit to roll out in all the schools and every building, you know, it's all that, and it's all connected together. You know, the media outlets, they all have they're a similar machine. They're the same machine.
Sex machine from Dusk Till Dawn.
It's a sex machine. No, it is a sex machine, but I mean, even people being on camera being afraid of what their communities do, it's all posturing, political posturing to normalize an illogical fear, or a fear that is a fear of something that is easily contrived, like swatting. It's essentially a swatting. You can be swatted at any time, at any moment, and if your community, if the perpetrator is linked to your community, then you face the charges for it or something. You know, you can do these things any way you want in the legal system, and you know, no matter what, it gets done.
God damn, swatting is like,
it's the same thing though. Like, someone claiming responsibility for violence in your behalf is a similar strategy as swatting. It's the same thing.